Welcome in. My name's Ryan. I'll be your pilot. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. If you've been here before, welcome back. I love having you here. Boys and girls, we got a little bit of injury update news coming from Robert Saleh today during his press conference, so I want to look at some of the videos, talk about some of the implications for it, and what it looks like for the New York Jets heading into the the rivalry matchup, Jets versus Giants, coming up this Sunday. So let's hop into Robert Saleh's press conference and hear what he had to say today.
Real quick injuries. Tippmann won't practice today. He's still dealing with his quad. Randall Cobb won't practice today. He's dealing with a shoulder. And then everyone else is limited. DJ and Ahmad Gardner still have not passed the cleared the concussion protocol. So they're still going through it. You'll see them at practice, but they're going through it. So.
All right, so Robert Saleh had a few names that he rattled off there. Randall Cobb obviously has a little bit of an injury going on. Tippmann's dealing with the thigh. I'll get into another clip about that when there was a follow-up question. And then DJ Reed and Sauce Gardner both still in the concussion protocol. DJ Reed has missed 2 games already. Sauce has missed the 1. Obviously, we had the bye week. You're hoping to get these guys back as quick as possible. But let's hop in real quick into the follow-up question that Robert Saleh had or was asked about Joe Tippmann.
Joe have a chance this week, or is that? I know you said he's a quick healer, but then before the bye you said could be some time.
Yeah, no, it's he is a quick healer, and so both statements can be true. There's always hopeful. You guys know me. I'm always hopeful that he could be available, but we'll see. Tomorrow, we'll see how he feels and whether or not we can get him into practice.
So a lot of thoughts going into the whole Tippmann thing. We went from initially, oh man, this could be very serious, to he's a quick healer, to we heard some comments on from Rich Cimini saying that, they're afraid it's a quadriceps tendon injury. If it's torn, it could be out for the season. This does not appear to be the serious injury that I think a lot of us were sort of expecting at the initial point in time. This seems like, to me, that Robert Saleh is expecting Tippmann to be ready in the coming weeks. I don't think he's going to be ready to play this week. That feels like it would be a little bit of a stretch as far as everything that he's saying appears to be going. Now, as far as Reed and Sauce, I did want to bring up the concussion protocol and what has to happen for these guys to clear the different things. So Tippmann, I'm already reserved to him not playing. Cobb, I don't know if he's going to play or not, but either way, I think all of us would kind of be all right with Gibson getting a little bit more reps in the slot or seeing someone else on the field, so I'm not going to harp too much on Cobb. But according to the NFL and the NFLPA, return to participation protocol. Phase 1, the player is prescribed rest, limiting or, if necessary, avoiding activities both physical and cognitive, which increase and aggravate symptoms. Under athletic training staff supervision, limited stretching and balance training can be introduced, progressing to light aerobic exercise, all as tolerated. Then they go into the aerobic exercise. Under direct oversight of the team's medical staff, the player should begin graduated cardiovascular exercise and may also engage in dynamic stretching and balance training. Neurocognitive and balance testing can be administered after completion of phase 2, and the results should be interpreted as back to baseline. So I think they are both at least at phase 2. Let's go through 3 and the rest of this. Phase 3, football-specific exercise. The player continues to with supervised cardiovascular exercises that are increased and may mimic sports-specific activities, and supervised strength is introduced. The player is allowed to practice with the team in sports-specific exercise for 30 minutes or less with ongoing and careful monitoring. So maybe this is where Sauce and Reed are. It sounded like they were participating in practice today. I don't know if it's necessarily a full participation or if they're just kind of... Phase 3 feels like where they might be. Phase 3 or 4 here. 4, it looks like club-based non-contact training drill. So maybe, actually, this is definitely where it seems like they're at. The player continues cardiovascular strength and balance training, team-based sports-specific exercise, and participates in non-contact football activities, i.e. throwing, catching, running, and other position-specific activities. Neurocognitive and balance testing should be completed no later than the end of Phase 4, and the results interpreted as back to baseline. So I think that's basically where we're at right now. And then phase 5 is full football activity clearance. Upon clearance by the club physician or for full football activity involving contact, the player must be examined by the independent neurological consultant assigned to his club. If the INC concurs with the club's physician that the player's concussion has resolved, he may participate in his club's next practice or game. So it sounds like they're in phase 5 right now with Sauce and Reed both practicing somewhere in the, at least on the field, between 4 and 5. And I would think in the next day or two leading up to the game, I would say by Friday, we should know that Sauce and Reed should both be playing. I am expecting both of them to be back for this game. Now, we did do just fine going up against Philadelphia, one of the best teams in the league, without our top 3 or 4 corners. Obviously, we were missing Brandon Eccles and Justin Hardy, who's not necessarily a corner, only, special teams kind of. But you're missing a bunch of corners, and the Jets were able to kind of get through it without that. If they feel like it's still on that tipping point, maybe they hold Sauce and Reed out again. But this is a pretty long time for what I think most of us felt was didn't seem like a very big concern for DJ Reed initially. And then Sauce, he only had a headache. He didn't even necessarily think he had a concussion based on some of the tweets that he put out. So I do expect both these guys to be back. I think the Jets will be at a stronger position moving forward. And then Tippmann, I'm thinking, he's definitely not going to be a go for this week, I don't think. But if you can get him back, let's hope before the Buffalo game, I'd be feeling pretty damn happy about that. Obviously, if you can get Tippmann back earlier than that, but if you can get him in 4 weeks' time for the Buffalo game and the Miami game, those are some big division matchups that we really got to try and chip away at for sure. So guys, let me know what your thoughts of the injuries are down below in the comment section. Are you concerned about Tippmann's injury anymore? Are you concerned about DJ Reed and Sauce still being in the concussion protocol? Let me know in the comment section down below. And as always, go Jets.